I'm Alec Hanson, and we're in Morristown, New Jersey. And I'm about to spend the day with Phil Iossa, giving him a marketing makeover. This is brand new.
Look like it's time to rise and get in the game. Gonna change some branding, not afraid to fly. I can't even wait to finally touch down with the camera click. Let's light up that stage. Time to start your brand new golden age. It's your time to shine. Cameras on you. Brand new.
Hey, the Eagle has landed. We're here in Morristown, New Jersey. I cannot wait to hang with Phil Iossa, the man, the myth. This is gonna be a great day. Are you ready? I'm ready. Let's go! Ah! All right, welcome to a segment we call Brand You. This is gonna be a deep dive into Phil's psyche. We're gonna understand who this man is at his core, because the reality of branding is it's not about catchphrases. It's not about flashy logos or colors. It's about understanding the soul of the person or the corporation. And so, Phil, we're going to get into your soul. Are you ready to get into your soul?
I love it. I'm ready.
Let's go.
Let's go.
As a professional,
Yep.
if your past clients had to describe you using 3 to 5 words, what words do you think they would use?
Meticulous.
Meticulous. Okay.
On top of his game.
Okay.
Knowledgeable.
Yep.
Respectful.
Okay. Anything else stand out?
You know, as far as how somebody describes
Yeah.
you, they just, you know, I think the meticulous part just really sums it all up. I mean, I'm meticulous about my game. I'm flawless.
I like that one. How do you think
Fearless.
How do you think your team describes you as a leader?
Baller. That's it. End of discussion. You know, you lead by example. So how do you describe? If you've got one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL and you've got nobody blocking for them, you can't release.
That's right.
So I have an amazing team that I stand behind, and you know, I only want to be involved when the going gets tough. Let them take the easy parts of it.
So let's go outside clients and team. What would family describe you as? You got a big family. You got a big family.
I'm a pillar.
A pillar.
Pillar.
Like
big
a rock.
Shoulders. A rock. That's it.
Got another one?
I'm the epitome of what you call an iceberg. You only see the tip. Everything else is just, you know, it's covered up. You don't see it. You're going to get hurt though when you run into it.
How many kids you got?
3.
Give me their ages and genders.
I got my oldest daughter. She just turned 20.
Awesome.
I got my middle 16, and my little one is going to be 8.
8 little one's a girl?
Yeah, little one's a girl.
Girl, boy, girl?
Girl, boy, girl.
How do your girls describe you?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
A bear.
A bear?
Yeah.
Like the snuggly kind?
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
That's right.
How's your boy describe you?
A leader.
So, you married?
I am.
How long?
A long time. Long time.
I got 18 years.
Yeah.
You beat me?
No, I don't.
Okay.
No, I don't.
How would your wife describe you?
My wife describes me as reliable,
I like that.
consistent.
Yep. What's important to you?
My family first.
All right, see it. What's important to you with the family?
Values. Values bring a big, you know, when you bring values to your family, it shows throughout your whole work day. It shows to the people that you know, that look up to you, that rely on you. And, you know, going back to that word reliable.
Yep.
You need to have family structure in order to, you know, teach everybody else, you know, how to run a business, how to run a team, how to, you know, how to conduct yourself.
Yep. What are those core values? What stands out?
Parenting. You know, my parents. I think that apple trees make apples. You know, so that's I'm a branch of what my father built. He's a branch of what his father brought to the table, and I'm gonna pass that branch down.
I like that. Legacy.
Legacy, great word.
Let's go with kind of a odd question, or not odd, but it'll land here. Why do you do what you do professionally? It's kind of a weird question.
I love it. I love what I do. It's no different than, when you help somebody, there's no more gratitude than somebody saying thank you, appreciate what you did. And, when I started in this business, I started dealing with people that I didn't have the knowledge I had today. Didn't have the experience. I had the drive to learn. And once that was built, you were able to help somebody. You were at a stage right now where the people that you helped early on are referring you their kids now. So it's like
full circle.
Like, it's full circle. It's almost turned out to
But
be
did you know that when you first started?
No.
When you first started, what was the drive?
My drive was
make some money.
Make some money. It was making a living, make it easier.
Yeah. When did you have the epiphany that when did that transition happen? Was there a moment when you were kind of just, I took a job, make some money, and then you realized there's something deep here?
Sure.
Did something happen?
It was back in 2001. I had a customer that I was working with, and they were having financial difficulties. And at that point, they were turned down by 2 other institutions, and we were able to find a solution for them. And everybody takes the easy road out and doesn't want to dig in deep and figure out how to help somebody. So when everybody else was turning that particular person away, I jumped in. And most people, they go reach for the low-hanging fruit.
Yeah.
Sometimes the low-hanging fruit doesn't bring you the biggest business. It doesn't bring you the biggest satisfaction.
Yeah.
So with bringing and giving them a little bit of help, we got them out of a financial bind. That particular person was on the verge of losing their home.
Wow.
And, we helped them out. And it was through experience, and again, when I said the experience, it wasn't just me, because again, I was young into the business.
Yeah.
I took a little bit of help, and it took a team to help this person out. Whether you get in touch with their attorneys, you get in touch with their realtors, whether a modification was, it was just help. And when this particular person, when they ended up keeping their home, she was at the time, she was my billboard.
Yeah, of course.
And with that said, she particularly helped build my career.
Just told everybody, and you never forgot it. 2001.
Never forgot it. 2001.
What sustains you in this crazy industry? We just came out. We're coming through a down cycle, which is gnarly. There's obviously, we went through the one in 08 and 010, that whole craziness. What is there something sustaining you? When times are tough?
When times get tough, you never go through situations by yourself. And what does that mean? It means that, like, that saying that misery loves company? That's not even an option here. Nobody brings any misery to the table. We try to find solutions for situations. We never have problems. And what helped me through this whole thing, and what helped the team through this whole thing, is just having each other's back, kind of motivating each other, finding new ways to reinvent yourself.
Yep.
That's what we do here.
How do you want to be remembered?
With class.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
That means that, like, just, hey, he did it the right way. You built something with class. You did something right. You did it without tarnishing your reputation. Reputations are earned, not asked for.
Yeah.
And that's what most people mistake, in that they demand respect and they demand the reputation. That's something that's earned. And I feel like we've earned it. So when somebody says, hey, what do you want to be remembered by? Just, that guy's a classy guy. He did it the right way.
Like that. Do you have something that drives you nuts that you hate?
Losing. I just hate losing.
Let me frame it. That's a good one. Let me frame it a different way too. There's a really genius branding guy named Chris Do who talks about. He's kind of a nerd like me, but he'll talk about how like there's a nemesis or there's an arch, there's an enemy out there.
Yeah.
Is there something out there that you feel like you're combating against?
You're gonna think I'm crazy. No, I'm not scared of anything or anybody.
No, it's not that, because I know that. There's no way.
The nemesis.
It's more like a wrong in the world that you feel like you're standing up against, or something like that is just you're passionate about because.
Yeah, I mean that's a loaded question. I mean, it's just what are you passionate about?
Yeah, well, what are you passionate about? How's that?
You know, I'm passionate about you know, boy, just doing it the right way. My nemesis are all those other guys that are out there
doing it the wrong way.
Doing it the wrong way.
Yeah, of course it's that. Of course it's that.
That's my nemesis. Everybody who's just not doing it. It goes back to the conversation we even had earlier. I don't want to bring somebody who does business the wrong way, regardless of what kind of value they bring to the table.
What's the wrong way?
Boy, the wrong way is.
What's some examples that stand out to you?
Well, the way that people do business, basically greasing the hand, or
I mean all the unethical kickbacks and of course.
Unethical kickbacks drive me crazy. I had a. I'm gonna segue into what brought me to this particular spot. I was working with a particular firm back in the early 2000s. Again, I learned a lot in the early 2000s because it was just, the cell phones weren't. There's no smartphones. There were still pay phones. My first pagers. My first NMLS. I'm sorry. My first book, The Realtors. It came like a phone book.
Yeah, I remember.
It wasn't on. And I used to dumpster dive to figure out how to what's listed.
100%.
There was one realtor that stood out. That really changed the way I did business. That I didn't want to do it that way. She came in. She goes, "Well, how much are you going to pay me per deal?"
Ooh, yeah, we've all been there.
And I love that question because it was such an easy answer.
Yeah.
And it was just like, well, we're not the kind of people that are going to do business together.
Yeah.
She was floored. She goes, "So you don't want my business?" I said, No. You're mistaken. I want your business. I don't want your relationship. And that was a powerful point in my career because here's the road where it splits.
Yep.
And there was a lot of people who would have gone down this road.
Of course.
Paid the price.
Yeah.
I love this road. One thing I would take pride in is I've never given a kickback, nor have I ever taken one. And I love that. That's a powerful statement that not many people can make.
It's good. All right, let's look at some things for a sec. I'm going to show you some stuff. We'll think in a different direction here for a minute. So this is one of my favorite exercises. I'm going to flip this around for you. So these are what is kind of commonly known as brand archetypes. And the reason these are fun to kind of just play with is because it gets us thinking in a different way. So companies tend to fall into these archetypes. And so let's look at an obvious one here. The outlaw. The outlaw's brand is rules are made to be broken. Right? So one of the best outlaw brands out there is, of course, the Harley Davidson, right? You can see it, you can feel it. The second you talk about that, they're disruptive, they're rebellious, they're combative. You don't have to settle for the status quo, demand more. Go out and get it. Pretty fun, right?
Yeah.
And then there's the magician, and magicians are interesting. Tomorrow's brighter, the power of it can happen.
Yeah.
You've got Disney and Coca-Cola and these brands that are here to make magic happen for you. Then you have the hero. Nike, just do it. The hero brands, where there's a will, there's a way. We can make the world better. Grit, determination, outwork the rest, right? Caregiver. These are the lover brands. Love your neighbor as yourself. Care for others. I bet you have some caregiver in you when you talk, especially when you talked about your daughters. I saw that come through right away. The everyman, humble, authentic, treat everybody the same. We're all brotherhood. We're all here together, fighting the similar fight. The jester, the goofball, person having fun. You probably got some out there right now. I could see them.
100%.
Yep, they love it, and they love to bring people with them. They want joy. The innovator, Apple's probably the best example of that. If it can be imagined, it can be created, the creator. The innocent, this is more like a dove, optimistic, honest, humble. The sage, this is like Obi-Wan Kenobi. You know, this is like the mentor, somebody who's going to help you on the journey. And then they got the explorer, carving new paths, Jeep, Patagonia, North Face. So when you look at these,
This is cool.
it's fun, right?
Yeah, very.
And there's nuance here. Like, people and companies aren't so easily, bookend. Which of these stood out to you the most, that you feel you resonated with the most right off the bat?
I feel like Coca-Cola.
You did. The magician came out for you.
And I love the Nike brand because Just Do It. I love it. And you could take a little bit of, I could take a little bit of everything out of here.
Yeah?
Let me explain why Coke. Coke's been around since the early 1900s, right?
Yep.
And it's a brand that can't be replaced. There's Pepsi, but it's not Coke.
Absolutely.
You take the new world of Nike, which has that baller attitude, just run people over. And then at some point, you got to be the caregiver and pick them back up. Mm-hmm. So which stands out?
What do you resonate with? What feels like?
I love the name Coke. It's Coca-Cola.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Right back to Mad Men, where that brand was the original.
Yep. All right, so we're gonna play with that more.
I mean, that's cool.
Yeah, I'll give you the link to it. You can mess around with it. I like it a lot. All right.
But I feel like it's like I said. There's like, how do you blend the three?
Yep.
Is there a magician hero?
Well, so absolutely. I mean, so yeah, there's nuance, and so we'll unpack some of that stuff as we go through this more. Last bit of this. So most of the time, as you unpack people's value sets and what they care about, the way that there's a genius, guy named Rene Rodriguez. You ever heard that name?
No.
Okay. He talks about lighthouses and foghorns. And so he says, look, our value sets come up because of the experiences we have.
Right.
As we become humans,
Yeah.
things happen to us, and we start to create value sets in our lives that we really lock into and that mean a lot to us. And he says, lighthouses and foghorns. Lighthouses are the ones that light the way. Foghorns are maybe something that wasn't there and that you're stepping into, because now it matters a lot to you.
Right.
And on the other side of strength, there's typically vulnerability. So if we try to unpack Phil's weaknesses, which you're a pretty hard dude,
Right.
but are there weaknesses that you deal with that are part of your story?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, do you mean as far as like loss or?
I don't know. I mean,
My weakness is.
let me share a personal one,
Please.
and then you'll be like, okay, I kind of get it. So, growing up, I had great parents. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
I
unbelievable parents.
I've had the pleasure of meeting them. Yeah.
And so I had a great home. All that stuff was great. School was tough. I got really heavily bullied in early, like elementary school, junior high,
Yeah.
and it was intense, and it really impacted me in that young developmental age
Yeah.
when I was trying to come through it and find out who I was.
You're right.
And so, as I've come through that and done some work on myself, those deep insecurities have started to become almost my superpower,
Yeah. Makes sense.
because I've realized how to use them and how to embrace it and how to figure out who I really am and be okay with that process.
Right.
But if I wasn't challenged and picked on and had to go through that, I probably wouldn't have the strength on the other side.
Right. Right.
And so that's kind of what I'm asking a little bit is like, where's that side of Phil?
Weaknesses, sides, similar upbringing. About my family's my core.
Yeah,
Great household.
I can tell.
Great household. My weakness, what my struggle was growing up is I have immigrant parents from Italy. Again, my first language was Italian. going to school with, you know, people who had and knew more than you did.
Yeah.
The similarities, like my insecurities were, again, which I feel like it's almost a similar story. It's
Could be.
again not speaking English as well
Yeah.
as everybody else. I remember my first grade teacher, Mrs. Beekman, who was going to hold me back because I didn't speak English as
Really?
well. My father coming in and telling her, "Hey, it's not his fault he doesn't speak English; it's mine." Going back to getting bullied, I had 2 kids that I grew up with that lived on my street that we used to walk to school together.
Okay.
And we used to get picked on with the kids who, you know, like the more popular kids,
Yeah, oh, yeah.
let's call them. And my father used to always, you know, I used to come home and he's like, "You get in the fight today?" I said, No, I didn't get in the fight. And I'm brushed off, but
Yeah.
I got leaves on my back.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm rolling.
Yeah.
And, you know, similar, as you get bigger, stronger, bolder, like your weaknesses become your strengths.
Yeah.
And, you know, going back to the mindset of winning and losing, well, it's a dog-eat-dog world. Somebody's going to win and somebody's going to lose.
Yeah.
But that's a similar, I think that you have to have some sort of setback in order to have some real gain.
Mm-hmm.
You know, nothing was
course.
ever handed to us as easy as
course.
something that was built.
Yep.
Oh.
I wrote down the word protector. How does that feel?
Appropriate.
You think so?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. I think you're safe if you stand behind me.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel that. I don't care who it is. I don't care what situation we put in. I don't care if it's in the work field. I don't care if it's at home. I don't care if we're walking down the street. I mean, that's a great word.
So
And the one that
You've
I'm
said
going
a
to really
couple-
sum up,
Yeah.
it's called confident. I'm confident that the protecting part of it is always there.
you've mentioned team a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems that team is very important to you.
It is.
Why is it so important to you?
Going back to before, it's just that like when you bring a great team to the equation, failure's not an option. It just like you feel like you use the word protector. You're protecting your team. And they're going to in turn protect you as well. Like when when you're all holding hands and you're in a full circle, it's going to be hard to break in. And when you build something strong, it'll never break.
Yep.
So my team is more like a family.
Yeah, you can tell.
We're built that way. I mean,
Yeah, I've been hearing you bark at them all morning.
that's how we do it. And you know what? Like I bark and they it's like boom. It's like I don't have to. I ask them, hey, I need something. You just yell down the hallway. Somebody's going to contribute, and that's what we do. The hallways basically are our phone lines.
Yep. Yep.
But teams everything. And in particular about putting a bad seed in our crop, because one bad seed ruins the whole crop. We got a bunch of real good people that work here. These men and women, they just we work as one.
Yep.
We identify as one.
Yep.
And that's how we, no different than even carrying our stuff up. I make one call, they carry your stuff up.
Yeah.
I mean, we all help each other.
Do you guys have a motto? Is there a saying that goes around this office?
It is. I win, you lose. You want to play? That's my motto.
I mean, how do you think the team describes themselves?
Powerful.
Oh, okay.
Powerful. Loyal. Confident. Successful. That's an easy question. I can go on all day with that.
Yeah, I might want to ask them too. That'd be fun. We should play with that. Let's see if I got one more. You've been crushing these, Phil. I had no doubt.
I love this. This is
Okay. This is a nerdy question.
Go.
Can you handle a nerdy question?
I'm in.
What's your glorious purpose?
Wow.
That's good. You like that one.
Wow.
Because we talked about a ton today.
Yeah,
So many things.
yeah.
You got family, you got legacy,
Yeah.
you got your professional career.
This is a good one. What's my purpose?
Glorious purpose.
Glorious purpose is to retire.
Okay, but hold on. There's something that means something to you.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Doesn't mean. What does that mean?
That means to leave behind something that you built that glows. That's in the spotlight.
I like
That when you turn it off, it was yours. I don't care. You could pull the plug and the lights go off, but that was mine. You see, people explain to you how they want to build and be in the spotlight and build something huge. And then they say when legacy is like, you know, when it's over, it's over. I don't care when it's over. It was mine. I'm the one that brought the light to, you know, I brought the show.
Why does that matter to you?
Well, it matters because it just a lot of people, you know, similar to the story you told earlier, were hoping that you failed, didn't want to see you succeed. And this is just showing that you did it. You could do it. You could replace. It could be replaced, but it was yours. You built it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 4 walls are always yours. And, you know, if there's a picture of it, it existed.
Yep.
And that's the legacy, and that's the purpose. That's the, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. It was mine.
All right. We crushed it. I got everything I need.
Beautiful. That's awesome. I love that.
We did good. You did good work today. So we're gonna take a break. Let you get an email or two done. We're gonna go set up in the conference room.
Okay.
And then we're gonna do the social media audit.
I love it.
Good shit, dude.
Alec, this was awesome.
Just to start.
I'm telling you.
Just wait. We got some good.
It gets better.
Yeah, just wait.
This is cool, though. This is the part, like, you got to understand, this is the part of my life that I don't have. You know, I can do this. I can do that. You can build a team. You can lead. And I love leading. I love leading.
Yeah.
I love making sure that we stay safe, whether it's Morristown office and then it's the Loan Depot brand. Like, I love it because to keep Loan Depot safe is to build a big brand that people can run behind
Yep.
and stay safe.
Yep.
This is the office that's going to keep this place afloat.
Yep.
That's how I feel.
All right.
Not this place, but, you know.
We'll get you in the conference room. Session 2, social
right.
media. Now, before we dive into that, during our break, I was really going through our notes.
Okay.
So, a couple thoughts for you. Brands and your own self is a natural expression of your inner soul. But that can take a long time to figure out because there's layers and layers and layers on top of you, what makes
Right.
you up. Like you're not a simple person. No,
Right.
no human's one-sided. So I'm going to give you an interpretation of what I think came out of like that brand exploration conversation.
I love it.
But then, like, either like it, attach to it, think it's yours, right? Like, and I think as you continue to become the person you're becoming, this will continue to evolve too, with yourself along the way. So here's what I got for you: the heroic protector.
I love it.
So
Sounds about right.
well, so this is what was fun with it. You remember this whole thing right here, the brand archetypes?
Yes.
So I was stuck with you on caregiver, but it's really the masculine version of that. It's the protector.
Right.
You know, it's the female version. You can really feel the caregiver.
Yep.
But like the masculine side of that is the protector, the warrior, the bear, the
Yep.
pillar, as you described yourself.
Yep.
And then I couldn't leave in our conversation the hero, in the sense that that word brave
Uh-huh.
and candid and honest. And when you talked about your integrity, and you talked about your values, you
Yep.
talked about like where you stand, doing the right thing. That's a very hero mentality. But underneath all that, it was this desire to be this or this natural expression of you're a protector. And so I wrote down things like safe, dependable,
Yep.
reliable, faithful, constant, loyal.
Yep.
I think those are all really
Safe. Great words.
and things that I think you really care about.
Right.
I think that you really want those to also be you.
Absolutely.
And so I wrote down one of the keys, or I call them energy pathways, or things that you can tap into when you need to kind of find the next gear.
Mm-hmm.
And you said something really powerful was, I want to build and create something that glows.
Yep.
It was a really cool statement when you made it. And I could see it in your heart, like this is what you want to do.
Yep.
Something that like stands the test of time, something that you're proud of.
Yes.
You look back on it and you like
Yep.
can like breathe like you did it.
Yep. Yep.
So I don't know, we'll play with this more.
I love that.
We'll play with this more, but I think from a brand positioning conversation, I think it centers a little bit. All right, so social media. We're gonna do the first famous thing right now is we're gonna Google Phil.
Let's do it.
It's just, let's just find out what happens here. Boom. We got Phil. We got the Loan Depot SEO pulling you up for number 1. That's always good. I guess there's no one else named Phil Iossa in the world.
There's not.
Yeah, so there's no competition for you, which is good.
There's not.
Because some of you have competition, and you got to push them down the front page of Google. But Phil's dominating already. Then we got your LinkedIn, so we'll go check that out. Got some pictures of Phil coming up.
Yep.
Look at this. Look at this strapping man right here.
It was a long time ago.
I like this a lot. It's good. It looks like there's an old or a Zillow profile you made a while back. Yeah.
Yeah.
More LinkedIn, more Loan Depot. Facebook popped in, but I don't think we're on Facebook.
We're not on Facebook.
We'll figure this out. Okay, so let's talk LinkedIn. Got your profile up. In this audit, what we're going to do is we're going to identify things, and then we're going to go fix them.
Okay.
So this isn't the fix it time. This is the conversation time.
I love it.
So first thing that pops out is your profile pic. Is you got a good one? It's a good profile pic.
Right.
It is. I mean, it's classy. You got a nice suit on. The color's nice. They can see your face. Not a lot of criticism there. It's a good pic. The banner, though, I'm going to come at you on. It's fine, except that it doesn't. Obviously, we made this. Loan Depot made this.
Right.
But as we look at who you are, and one of your huge goals was to attract more tribe, more community, impact more people, get bigger, grow.
Yep.
The way that that's going to happen is the more that people can attach to what you're doing and understand who you are as a leader, and get to know you, all that fun stuff. This kind of a banner tells me nothing about your heart and soul.
Okay.
And you'll see this you'll now start to see this when you look at other people's profiles and you're poking around. You just go, okay, I mean, I got your phone number, I got your name, I got your title, but I don't get any heart.
Right.
So we're gonna mess with that. We're gonna get you a new banner. We're gonna put up there. We're gonna really showcase this idea of this heroic protector.
Okay.
Get you out there. Title. It's boring. Branch manager.
Yep.
It's not what you do. But by the way, so what we're unpacking with Phil here is it's all of you. It's everybody. It's like this is very normal. So the opportunity is what can we create from it? But when I look at this, it's like branch manager. Well, that has nothing to do. I can't get a sense of your culture, your team, your values by that title. So we're gonna mess with that.
Okay.
Okay. About. It's my favorite. You did not write this, did you?
I did not. I did not.
So we're going to change the about thing. And when we get there, we're going to write it in first person. One of my pet peeves is people that write their own bios in third person. Come on, we know it's you. You know you wrote this. Phil is an amazing mortgage guy. No. So we're going to mess with that.
Okay.
Opportunity down here too. Again, this doesn't show me what you're creating. This doesn't show the powerhouse of this team. This doesn't show the vibe. This is, I don't want to join this. I want to join the mission you're on. So we'll mess with that too. Education, you went to school?
Yeah.
Did you have fun?
Yeah.
Was it good?
Blast.
You get to write things about that here.
Okay.
You get to tell people what'd you like here? Was it good, bad, etc.
Yeah.
So we'll just use this as a counter example. I really got to get new profile pics.
That's awesome.
This is chubby Alec. But when you look at this banner, you're like, okay, there's something happened here. This guy's clearly a nerd. He's got a Captain America shield. What a dork. But if you like that stuff, you immediately get it. My title, you get kind of some action in here. You have a chance to actually have your voice speak.
My name is pronounced Alec Hanson.
Ooh.
And it's nice to meet you. Have a great day.
I love that.
So we're gonna get in here and mess this up, fix up your profile. Featured posts. So when we look at posts here, the last post you made was. Do you know what it was?
Yeah, it was the Bretto show.
There it is. 2 weeks ago.
Too long.
Too long.
I knew you were going there.
Well, of course. Well, you invited it in, right? This is what we're doing. And then we're gonna make the rest of the social audit really amazing. Phil has no Facebook page.
Yep.
It's fantastic. Phil has no YouTube presence.
Yep.
Phil's not on Instagram.
Yep.
And so there's definitely not Phil on TikTok. If you had a TikTok profile, I'd be stoked. You're like, I do have TikTok. No TikTok.
No.
So we're going to kind of talk about what these platforms are, why you should be on them, and really kind of unpack the strategy around this. Does that sound good?
Yeah, sounds great.
So back to energy pathways. Back to kind of intent. So one thing that resonated very clearly was you hate losing.
Hate losing.
Hate losing.
Hate losing.
And the other thing that resonated a ton for me was your desire to build something special.
Yep.
So when we frame social media and as we start to kind of decide what we're going to do here, I want you to land on 2 things or 3 things that might help your energy pathways and meaning give you focus to take it on.
Okay.
Because it can seem overwhelming, right?
Yes.
And just from the heart, honestly, like why haven't you jumped on social? You know why.
Overwhelming.
Yeah?
Another path of commitment that's hard to
Stay doing.
stay doing.
Stay consistent with.
Consistent with.
Yeah.
And I don't like not staying consistent with something I started.
Yep.
And I like with the LinkedIn, the reason I don't have all those platforms, I want to focus in one lane and stay heavy in it.
I agree. Okay. I like that.
And that's the only reason why there's no Facebook, there's no.
But go deeper. Like what's telling you want to focus on one lane versus all the lanes?
You started earlier about what's your weakness.
Yes.
It's right here. I'm intimidated by it.
Okay. That's perfect. So all those excuses.
Yeah.
Because they're just excuses.
100%.
What you're going to do going forward is you're going to start to go back now to your energy pathways, back to your purpose. Because here's something amazing. How can you build something that's amazing and glows if nobody knows about it?
You're right. You're right.
But that's an opportunity for you to tap into that and be like, you know what? Your glorious purpose, your will and desire to do something that means something to you and to those around you, the only way you're going to achieve that is if more and more people get invited into it.
Right.
If they don't know what's happening, they're not there. So, by the way, how you're growing it now, I guarantee you're doing it all the right ways. Word of mouth.
Yeah.
Right?
100%.
You're calling people.
All day long.
You know the community, you've lived here, you've worked here, so you're doing it the right ways.
Right.
And now this world comes in and introduces itself, and it's
intimidating.
It's intimidating, it's overwhelming, and you gotta learn new shit.
Yeah.
And so we just put it over here.
Uh-huh.
But the opportunity is to become an and world. To say, okay, I'm not going to stop all the good stuff that has taken you to here.
Right.
Don't stop that. Don't stop the calls, the connections, the networking. Of course, it's what brought you this incredible
far.
team. But now you get to go, okay, well, and. So here's another energy pathway that I want you to tap into. You clearly love your team.
Yeah.
And you really want them to win.
I do.
I mean, it burns in you.
You
all
have
day
no
long.
clue how much I want them to win.
So,
Right.
winning for them simply looks like what for them? What does winning look like?
Winning for them looks like, bring in more loans, bring in
Absolutely.
more exposure, bring in more leads.
Yes. And so
All the above.
And so, do you do coaching and training for them?
We do.
Yeah.
We do.
And,
Absolutely.
And you probably role play, you probably assist, you probably
Yeah.
coach and mentor.
All the above.
Right. With social now as an opportunity for them to go and grow into,
Yeah.
now it's your chance to lead them there.
Okay.
Because if you can do it,
They can
do it.
Okay.
Right? Because they're looking
you're
at the
right.
leader. They're looking at the leader. And they're
Yeah.
like, hey. And if you're out there being like, I have no idea what I'm doing,
Yeah.
but I'm going to go learn and I'm going to figure it out and I'm going to pull your ass with me. Like, we're all going.
Yeah.
Think about, remember the old days of would you ever do this? I used to do this. I had massive call reluctance. Had to do with my insecurities and the bullying stuff we
Yeah.
talked about. I could not call a realtor cold ever. I never
Okay.
could. Never could. But what I could do is I could show up at their open houses. And so when I saw loan officers that had call reluctance and they were working for me, I was like, we're going. We're going together. Thursday, you and I,
Yep.
1 to 4. And that pulled them out of their own crap because now they were with me.
Right.
And we went out and tackled
Right.
it. This is your chance to go into a new area and say, I'm pulling you with me.
Okay.
I'm pulling you with me.
I love it.
Yeah, because look, when I talk about your team, the daddy bear shows up, like the protector shows up.
Right.
And so it's like, well, now's your chance to step up and do it. And this is these platforms where the opportunity is. Because
Okay.
all of their past customers are on these platforms.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, it's true.
All of our realtors are diving into these platforms and spending time in these platforms.
Okay.
So now we have to just find our strategy in it,
On how to do it.
on how to do it.
Okay.
And yes, it is going to be something else on your plate, right?
Yep.
But that's how we get stronger and better.
Let's do it.
Okay.
I am ready.
You're ready. I can feel it.
I'm ready. Whatever we got. What do we?
So right now we're going to cut to the after of the social. It's going to blow everyone's minds because we had LinkedIn, and nothing else. And last LinkedIn post was 2 weeks ago. But we're going to cut through the BS. We talked about the energy pathways. We know what you're going to land on to get you to get the motivation for this.
Yeah.
Because you're going to lose motivation on this stuff. Everyone does. Well, everyone does. Think about it. Like,
Yeah, no,
how
you're
motivated
right.
is a loan officer to prospect and market every day? It's exhausting.
Yeah.
It's tiring. They get kicked around by people. They get no's. And they got to get back out there. And so that's what we got to find in this space too.
Okay.
All right. I think we got it.
All right, let's start.
All right, let's go.
Let's go. By the way, holy shit. You asked me like what makes me like nervous? Oh, it's this. Isn't that funny? Like you think where your weakness is?
Are we rolling? Good.
That one is at least.
Good. Because the one thing that I was playing with the heroic protector is this. I couldn't find the word. I was Googling and looking for synonyms for it, but I know you've read this, the concept of vulnerability as strength.
Yeah, 100%.
Of course it is, right? Because
Yeah,
it gives people around you the
100%.
chance to like be vulnerable themselves.
Yeah.
And so when this is overwhelming and terrifying, and the camera's just a new monster and all these things, but that's the vulnerable protector.
Uh-huh.
That's the protector who's willing to put his shield down
That's right.
and stand there and let everyone else have space to do it.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to do. And we got to do it with new headshots, and we got to do it with new content.
let's do
So
it.
it's montage time.
It's with the gray swag. I told
Yeah.
you, we tried to do it once and it didn't work out. It was awful, so I'm ready.
Okay, ready to go?
Let's go.
All right, montage. Let's go. All right. We're back.
Let's go.
We're back. Photo shoot's done. The embarrassment of the team is done. We're going to hack some content.
Okay.
So, Phil, one of the things that, as we lean into kind of rebranding and relaunching, you,
Yep.
and we ask, we're going to ask you to put the camera on. We're going to film some content later today. People get stuck on what to say.
Right.
Loan officers get stuck. We just heard we were having a meeting with your team. People were stuck on what to say.
Right.
So we're going to hack content today, come up with a million ideas, and take away that excuse entirely.
I love it.
Is that good?
That's amazing.
Okay, so let's start with the first one. Let's use this sheet,
Okay.
and let's talk about content around your customers that you serve and your team serves.
All right.
So let's first try to make some broad groups. So why don't we put down first-time homebuyer up top? FTHB. Okay, little line underneath it. And then we're just going to write topics down here. What's a 1 minute or 30-second topic that a first-time homebuyer needs to know before they get into the
Want to write
game?
it down?
Yeah.
Okay.
What are you putting up? Down payment?
Down payment.
Perfect.
Next thing is credit.
Yep.
Can you get a co-signer?
Yeah, great one. Cosigner.
Less than 20% down, do you have to pay PMI? So
Put down PMI, yeah, for sure. Because down payment, you can cover the amounts. PMI.
Yeah.
What else are they confused about?
They get confused about down payment, credit, co-signing, PMI,
Let me unstick you. Appraisal.
appraisal,
How about inspection?
inspection, home inspection,
Yeah. How about interest rate versus APR?
interest rate versus APR.
What about fees?
Fees, amazing.
Right?
That should
It's like
be
I've done this before.
This is one of the top ones.
So, how to pick a realtor?
Realtor.
Realtor. Do I need one? Do they do anything?
Realtor.
How about attorney?
Attorney.
Uh-huh.
Good.
What else? What else trips up first-time home buyers? Gifts. Gifts fun. Gifts. Can they get gifts? Maybe you want to talk about down payment assistance? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 things in what? Clock us. What was that, like 15 seconds, 30 seconds?
Yes.
And we could probably keep going. In fact, I'm going to want you to keep going, but I want to show you how this compounds now. So what other type of people do you serve besides first-time home buyers?
VA loans.
I love VA. VA.
Okay.
Vets. Okay. What do you think they need?
Similar thing.
Same thing. So this is a content hack. Do vets need to know about down payment?
Yes.
Of course. Is it different for them?
No. Oh, yes, it is.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Yes.
So you just draw a line over here,
Yeah.
like just like same.
I
Yep.
can put 0 down, no
Yep.
PMI. So this is going to segue into.
Yep. And then do they need to know about what credit score do they need?
Yep.
Same thing. Draw the line. Can vets have a cosigner?
Yes.
Yeah. Appraisal for vets? Oh yeah, they care. VA appraisal, is it different? Now
Yes.
they're
Yes, 'cause
they're
you got a case number assigned to it.
they're
What is
still
that?
going to care about home inspections too.
Yep.
Of course. And are there fees for VA?
There are.
There are, and they're different. Do vets need a realtor?
They do. Attorney, yes.
Yep. Gift funds.
Gift funds.
Sure.
Yes, and downstairs, well,
Well, maybe not.
maybe.
Yeah,
Yep.
put a question mark. Now, is there anything else that's specific to vets that wouldn't be in a first-time homebuyer one?
Yes, if you have an FHA case number that needs to be assigned and you can't have it through, you can only have one at a time.
Okay, so write down like unique features.
Hey Ron, this is Randy with Long Beach Blankets.
Someone out there's making deals happen. Yeah. What is it? Is it TV?
We also have the 100% financing.
Sorry, guys.
That was awesome.
Can we edit that?
Yeah, they're editing the whole thing.
Yeah, we're editing the whole thing.
Okay.
It's in the show.
Oh.
Now we can.
You seen the Gremlins 2 Key and Peele sketch?
Oh yeah. Yes.
You talking about a gremlin with a big brain in the movie. All right, unique features. How about VA funding fee?
VA funding fee.
Yep. Now, another fun thing we can put in here, which can go into other topics, but like you can put in VA reno,
VA reno.
right? Because I heard you say reno. We're gonna
I
get,
did.
but that's specific to VA, right? You could
It
have it
is.
there. So all of a sudden now we've got another 12 to 15 topics in 30 seconds. Okay, let's do it now. Let's do another group.
First time home buyers, VAs. Do you want to do reno now?
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
Okay. How many? Yeah. Does reno have down payments? You bet
Yeah.
it does. Credit people? Yep. They need to know. Yep. Cosigns? Yep. Insurance? Yep. Ooh, appraisal's gonna be a good one for reno.
That's going to be really good.
Real good one for reno. Home inspection? Yep. They're gonna
Yeah.
need one of those. How do you get their interest rate for a rental deal? Yeah. Fees? Yep. Does reno have more fees? Right.
It does.
It's a good question.
It does. And also with the reno, okay, so fees, attorneys, same thing.
Yep. Gift for a reno? Yeah.
Gift for reno.
And then maybe some unique features of reno.
Unique feature is you have one is it's fixed versus adjustable.
Yep.
That's one. You can't do it in a fixed one.
Yep.
Also with the renovation loan, fixed versus adjustable. Do you get to keep the money? You have to refinance in order to
Yes.
consolidate the loan.
Yeah.
So you have to refi. Okay. They also have customized disbursements.
Disbursements. Yep. That's a huge. How do I get my money? Right.
Okay.
So I'm going to pause.
Yep.
Again, this took 5 seconds.
Yep.
So I want you to kind of write down here now, just because I don't want you to fill. I want to save this space.
Okay.
Let's write down second home vacation. Okay.
Yep.
And then below that, write down investment property. And then FHA loan. And then
Reverse.
reverse. Okay, let's just stop there. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 topics that each have 10 to 12 videos. That's over 70 videos that we just came up with in 2 minutes. 70 videos. So when people say I don't know what to say, they know what to say. You know what to say. In fact, when we film you later, I'm going to be like, okay, let's talk. Give me a 1-minute clip for down payment for first-time home buyers. You probably can just riff that. You probably don't
Yep.
need a script.
Right.
You've probably done it a million times with
Right.
customers. So we know what to say. We just need to formulate it. And guess what we just did here too? This is your entire YouTube strategy.
Okay.
Because YouTube's the second largest search engine in the world.
Right.
And so when somebody is talking to you or they're going to go there and you have a playlist on YouTube that has all these tips for first-time homebuyers. You're now showing up on the second largest search engine with really evergreen, relatable content.
I love it.
Done.
I love it.
And now you can take your entire team and be like, guys, we're done.
Right.
We can film all these. We can do all these. You can even help write scripts for these if someone's stuck and they really need to be. But most loan officers, as you know, they've been asked before, can I get a gift fund as a first-time home buyer? They've been asked this. They can answer it. They know the answer. And so you just need to help kind of prepare them. And we just created over 70 videos in 2 minutes.
I love this.
Now, you have another priority.
Okay.
You want to grow your team.
I do.
You do. You want to attract some talent. So let's put a line down here, and let's put recruit right here. Now, let's think about some 1-minute topics that recruits might find interesting. So what are some ideas that pop into your head?
Right, the first one. Leads.
Sure. Can they get leads here?
Yep.
It's a good topic.
Marketing.
What level of marketing support do they have here?
Pay structure.
Yeah, how they paid.
Comp.
Yep.
Cap.
Yep.
All the, well, they.
You can connect them. That's great. Yep.
You're looking at leads, marketing, comp, products. They want.
Products.
You're looking at leads, products.
What about
Our size,
Yes, stability.
stability. Are we public?
Yep. What does that mean? Yep.
What does that do to our rates?
Benefits.
1K.
That was a paid actor that
Is
just walked
there
by.
a match?
Yeah. Certifications and trainings. Can they become better here? Do they have resources? How about technology?
Huge.
Huge. And by the way, you can do sub things under here. You can say data first, right? You can say CRM.
Yeah.
You can say dual AUS. Those could all be little clips, little videos.
Yeah.
Now, I want you to write down the word culture. Okay? This is a lot of platform. But let's talk about this team. You're different. You don't look like another Loan Depot office.
Right.
You don't.
I know I don't.
So let's unpack this.
Yeah.
What does this mean?
That right there.
What are the intangibles or tangibles people get by being part of this team?
Winning.
Yeah.
That's the number one thing. Transparency.
I love it. So good. What else? Just keep going down.
Support.
Yeah. And like when you are thinking of that, what does that mean? That means
me with them, giving them the access tools and myself.
that's right.
You know, I'm their support. I'm their access to
Yep.
success.
Yep.
Plans.
Like business planning?
Yeah, 100%.
Yep.
That's huge for me.
Yep. Accountability.
Accountability. What else do we have? I mean,
So pause. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 pieces of content in a minute. Now, can you make this 30? Can you go to 40? Can you ask people? Some guy just walked by and said 401k. You're like, oh yeah, shit. So
Yeah.
I bet
Yeah.
if you pulled people in, we get to,
we can get to 70 in a minute, a matter of a minute.
and how many weeks are there in a year?
52.
52. So all of a sudden you have one piece of content you could put out every week for the entire week, and you've got over 70, you could do 2 pieces of content every week on here, and now you've got 3 videos a week that you don't even have to think about. They're just part of your natural being that you could produce. This is how easy it is to make content and get your strategy on the board. And all you have to do to refine this is we'll take all this down, we'll put it in like a database, and you can have your team pour into it. I was able to put together 450 pieces of content in 30 minutes with 25 people on a call.
Wow.
On a call.
Wow.
And then guess
That's cool.
Guess what you do when you get stuck now? You take this, you open up ChatGPT, and you say, what does the first-time homebuyer need to know about a down payment? Write me a script, and it'll write you a whole script. And now all of a sudden you can bring everybody together and be like, hey, we're done. We're going to record these today. There's no excuses.
I love that, by the way.
There's no excuses.
I love that.
Do you see how easy this was?
Yep.
So now, anytime you want to do this, and you can, even when you have your monthly sales meetings, you have a monthly sales meeting, you're like, hey guys, let's do some content ideas in our monthly sales meeting. You bring everybody in, you put a board up, and you go, okay, what are the big topics people care about? Because here's the other thing we didn't even put in here. Here, draw a box right here. Draw a box. We're going to be crazy here. Okay, inside here, I want you to write on things that people are concerned about in the market today.
Inventory.
Oh yeah, big one. These are contemporary issues.
Yep. Rates.
Yeah, up, down. Are they high? Are they low?
Clients.
Like how to get them? Like
Yep.
for realtors?
Yep.
Oh, great.
Clients. Leads.
What was that?
Housing price.
Prices. You should get in here.
Throw it out. You got it here.
Do we have an election coming up? What's that going to do?
We do.
What the hell is that going to do? Just who knows?
Nope.
It's a great it's a great thing. People are talking about it. How about what we can learn from sports? Did something cool happen?
Yeah.
That's culturally, that's relevant. How does that tie to business? How does that tie to life? How about life shit? I mean, you got kids?
Yeah.
Are they going through stuff?
Yeah.
How does that translate to work? How does that translate to how people react?
Well, right.
What are the lessons there? This is the kind of stuff you can have with your team on a regular basis about like, hey, what are the current events that we should be talking about that people have issues with? Because this stuff's evergreen, right? Like down payment. Everyone knows that's gonna until they change Fannie Freddie
This is
guidelines.
powerful.
Until they change the guidelines, this is gonna be the same video
Yeah.
for 20 years. But this stuff's the stuff that's happening right now that people are talking about that you
Right.
can easily get with your team and be like, hey, what do we need to talk about? Put it on the board, and now you have more ideas to what to film that week.
Right.
And now, again, we're just trying to remove that limitation of, I don't know what to say. You got so much to say.
Yeah.
We just got to get it out in here. Does this make sense?
Yeah, I love this.
Done.
I love this.
Done.
This is
No
powerful.
excuses. No excuses. This is it. All right, let's get ready to film some content.
This is fucking awesome.
Awesome. I
This
told you.
isn't good.
I-
Like you give me, bro. This is fucking awesome.
I-
This is getting me pumped up. Like I swear to you, I went from a panic mode
Yeah.
to let's
So
fucking
you
go.
have mastery of
Like,
all this
let's
stuff.
go.
Like everything here, you have mastery over.
I
You don't-
love this.
Yeah.
Can I grab something out of my office?
Go,
I want to show
go.
you. Like this is where like you guys are getting me going.
Just keep rolling.
You gonna follow?
This is a page that I've accumulated over time, that where I sit in front of a recruit, and these are my these are things.
Come on. Why? This is the.
When I get stumped with a question, or I think it's a great question, a recruit asks me, I write it down and make my own list. This is big. This is mine.
Yeah. Because this entire thing. Every one of these is a video.
Like FHA, what's credit score minimum, etc.
Yes.
I mean, these are the things that I put together on my again, things I get stumped on that, or I don't get stumped on, or things that I like. Do we do home equity loan? That's another question, another
Yeah.
video.
Oh, there's-
underwriting. Is there how many times does it get touched? Technology. What's our system?
Yep.
This is going back since 1999. I want to say.
So what I love about this is it just shows you're already organically doing. I'm going to rip it on accident.
Ah, you're good. I'll make a copy of it.
Yeah, you're already organically doing this exact content strategy. So now all you're going to do is just continue to accumulate more and more of these topics. And
Yeah.
now you have a million things to say. And so now when we talk about building legacy,
Yeah.
and you talk about building something that will glow, now you know what to talk about.
Right.
And now we just go make content.
I love it.
That's it. All right, next phase. All right, we're gonna talk marketing plan.
Okay.
So now that we've done some groundwork, right? So we've done some audits, we've looked at some stuff, we've talked high level about kind of like what is the foundation we're standing on, who is Phil, and how do you lead, and who you are. We talked about, man, there's a million things to say. We got to get organized now.
I love it.
We got to have a plan. We got to start like putting things into play. So I categorize it by 3 big buckets: social, physical, and local. Okay? So we're going to talk social last. Let's do physical first.
Okay.
You get business today, and your team gets business today from partners,
Yep.
right? And I guess this is probably better called partners than physical. Edit that out. So, what's your partner strategy today if you distilled it down to like a weekly activities? Because now I know who I'm talking to. I know you spent years building reputational connection.
Yep.
So you're not doing you don't have to do some of the what I would call old school traditional stuff.
Yep.
But you're still doing something on a weekly basis
I
to
am.
grow business,
I am.
stay connected. What does it look like on a weekly basis?
What I do as far as like my marketing every single week,
Yep.
I take one past customer and it gets mailed out every single Monday.
So you have
I probably send out 50 to 100 mailers a week.
okay. So let's say 50 to 100 mailers are going to past customers
Yes, only past customers.
a week.
A week.
Okay, and then
Still though, personal, not emailing you, personally.
personal physical mailers.
Personal physical mailers.
That's a good distinction. Personal physical mailers, 50 to 100 a week. That generates calls, I'm sure.
It does.
Do you do any outbound calls yourself?
Every single week.
How many a week about?
50 at minimum.
And are you just pulling up databases and checking in, or what's the strategy?
Old customers, old realtors.
Okay,
old
this has realtors too.
attorneys.
Okay, so you're making 50 calls a week with realtors and past customers.
Minimum.
Minimum. How do you determine who to call?
Just basically, the way I used to do it is
Yeah.
I used to go through my. When you want somebody's phone number, where do you store it in your phone, right?
Yeah, in your phone.
So I do alphabetically. I start with my A's and I go down to somebody who I haven't actually seen, and I'm like, first thing I look at somebody in my phone that's in the A. So Albert, I haven't spoken to Albert. I did his mortgage in 1999. So let's give him a call and see
Yeah.
how he's doing, family, etc. So it's a follow up. It's a lead.
And when
it's a
you
touch.
and when you call these touches, you get voicemails a lot or phone calls?
I get a lot of people picking up
Okay,
because they have my number stored.
good. Pickups. And then
Because it doesn't matter what you look like behind your phone. No one's going to be able to see it.
it's great.
It's,
Yeah, you just
if you're nervous or those are the easiest cold calls to make, and they're warm.
Yep. Anything else with partners or past clients besides the mailers and calls?
I love going after my old book of business, the people like the Mellow 360, for example.
Yeah.
It tells you a lot about who they're working with, why they're not working with you anymore, and what you have done.
All the realtors.
Exactly.
Okay.
And what I do is specifically is I ask people to audition for a spot on their team.
Oh, I like that with the realtors.
I do.
Okay. Does this result in any realtor meetings per week?
It does.
Do you know approximately how many you're having?
Well,
Or month or a week? Is it like a couple a week, a couple a month?
I probably meet anywhere from 20 to 30 people a month.
Okay.
I try to average something to do every single day, whether it's a recruit, whether it's
we'll get to
a
recruits.
referral source, whether it's a touch.
So,
And I go with my team too. We have one set up for next Thursday. As we got done with lunch, he asked me, he goes, "Hey, what's your next Thursday look like?
yeah.
And can we go meet this office?" Absolutely.
All right. So, would you describe this strategy as organic, meaning you might call 40, you might call 50, you might call 100, or systematic where it's like I dial 62 calls every day?
Organic.
Organic.
Mind. Because
Okay.
it wasn't organic in the beginning. In the beginning became more, it was supposed to be more of a habit, a routine, and it turned into something organic what you just do.
And now it's a habit where every
Now
day
it's a
you're
habit.
just used to it.
Every
That's what you
single
do.
day.
Yep. Okay. Local. Local is lunch and learns, happy hours, networking events. Do you have anything like that scheduled on a regular basis?
Yeah.
What
A
does it look
minimum
like?
has to be once a week, a lunch and learn. Like, so give me a different product. You could take off of this board about down payments. We've done some with the zero down that actually has gotten a lot of attention.
Yeah.
Because it's something like you said was here in 2008. Is the same thing? How's it work? How
Yeah.
can it help us today?
Now, and these happen once a week, or these happen organic?
These happen. It's a catch-22. Sometimes organically it happens.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to force yourself to book one.
Yeah, I agreed.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's kind of the, like, there's a difference between organic and systematic. They both have their benefits.
Yep.
They both have their strategies.
They do.
So in this exercise, I'm seeking just to understand. And so on the lunch and learns or the networking events, they're being set up like organically, or is it like you make your team bring you one every month?
We make the team. Let me tell you a little bit how we do it.
Yeah.
So what we do is at our monthly meeting, you got to pull out of a hat who your partner is for that particular month.
Okay.
So with that particular month, you got to bring me one lunch and learn.
Okay.
You got to bring me one new client, one new meet, and then the deck gets shuffled every month
With a partner.
with a partner. You never because accountability is the biggest thing in this business.
100%.
And a lot of people are scared, and I take them out of their comfort zone a little bit. So when we're pulling that hat, like you're
Yep.
rooting to be, I always root for the two who have the least, they don't want to go on the road, or they're scared to walk into a building. They don't know
Yep.
how to
Yeah.
door knock. Like,
Yeah.
I take the two people, but you have to bring me a meeting.
Yep. Okay. Let's go. Fourth category for you is recruiting. Systematic or organic? Meaning, I don't leave the office till I call 5 recruits, or organic is I look at my phone, I haven't talked to Alec in a while, what's Alec doing?
Organic.
How many does that turn into in your best guess in a week or month from a contact perspective? Like how many calls are you making to recruits?
I have this is I just gave Lisa my list. We
Yeah.
came up with 18 people in the last 2 weeks.
Okay. So you have a target list now of 18 people.
Those are the 18 people I contacted in the last 2 weeks.
Oh, okay. I understood. 2 weeks, 18 peeps. Mm-hmm. And is that a normal cadence of contact?
Oh, easy.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. And then we know on social, we got nothing. Perfect. Okay. So here, as we look at all this stuff and we look at this stuff and we're trying to figure out your life, let me throw some things at you and see how they land.
Okay.
Figuring out how to combine systematic and organic is probably going to be a superpower for you and your team. For example, you probably do this because it's part of your soul now. Like, you probably don't leave the office until you make enough calls and contact because it's probably just built into who you are now.
Agreed.
There are people that struggle with that, and they get stuck in their office. They don't actually have that necessarily, the habits built yet, so they're not going to do the same number of calls, and they don't get the same amount of result. So the thought process could be, hey, how do we make sure that we're building systems around this where of accountability? By the way, that teamwork thing, that's a nugget. That's a gold call out for somebody to learn. Partnering people up and saying, go get this.
That's my jam.
So for social, for example, as you're building new musculature, which you haven't done it yet, you haven't done content, you got to figure it out, you're going to have to be pretty rigid in how you schedule it and how you force it into your life until it becomes a natural expression like the other areas.
Right.
So that's going to be our challenge, is how do we take something that I'm not doing today, add it into my life, which I'm busy and you're busy, so it's going to be like you have to earn it. You're going to have to put it
Right.
on there and carve time.
I agree.
But what'll happen, and this is fast forwarding the future. What'll happen is you're like, oh, I haven't put out the video today. What do I want to talk about? Hey guys, down payment is a huge myth still. No one's hearing me, and you'll go right into it, and it won't cost you any mental space. You won't have to prep for it, and you'll do it just like you do your calls, your calls are, man, I haven't talked to Alec in a while. Alec, what's up?
Absolutely.
So we have to get through into the organic with the systems, and here's my thought process. First, let's just talk about what social is in the environment it is. It's really important to understand its environment. If you were going to call your realtors and past customers, you don't call them every single day.
Right.
It's weird.
Correct.
It's not appropriate.
Agreed.
But on social media, what's happening on these platforms is it's a scroll environment, meaning people aren't spending their time on this platform. They're moving fast through it. They pull up Facebook and they're moving, and they pull up TikTok and they're moving. And so your video is going to pop up and it's going to go away because they're just moving through it.
Okay.
What that means is you have to increase your frequency. Okay, so what I like to call it is a micro impression. Okay, let this kind of sink in because it'll explain the madness. Remember when we used to prospect realtors,
Yes.
open houses and broker
Yeah,
previews?
sure.
And you walk in on a weekend, they didn't know who you were.
Yep.
And you were like, hey, what's up? I'm Phil.
Yep.
And then you walked out of there, right?
Yep.
And then how many times did you have to go in there before they knew your name?
I love this question. I love this question. My favorite part about doing that is I love getting kicked out until you remembered my name.
So, I mean, what it takes.
At least 4 or 5 times.
Easy.
Minimum.
Easy.
Minimum.
And if they were an asshole, it took 22 times.
Exactly.
So, think about that on social media.
Yeah.
You make a video. It could be an amazing video. One of the best. You could have this crew do it. They're just going to scroll right by it. Mm-hmm. And so, how many times do they need to see you before they start getting an impression of you? A lot.
5, 10, 15.
A million times.
Yeah.
And on social media, because it's not the same as an interruption. You're not coming to their open house and interrupting them or calling them and
Right.
interrupting their day. They chose to come on the platform. You were just there.
Yeah.
So it's not, you're just there.
Right.
And they're going to scroll right by you, but they're getting that micro impression. And so when, on social, the key is frequency, and the frequency needs to be high. And I'm going to challenge you right now that you need to post. I want you to get to a place where you can post every single day.
Okay.
Now, today, that's like, holy shit, I can't even put the camera on. That's too much. That's fine. We're not there yet.
You didn't make me as nervous now as you did earlier in the
You feel
conference
more
room.
equipped now.
This is more equipped.
You feel more equipped.
Right.
And you
gave-
will be.
You gave me some tools.
Yeah. So we're going to try to get to a place where you can go every day. Now, in the beginning, I want you to write down batching.
You're gonna.
We're going to batch content. And what that means is you're going to film 4 to 5 little videos on certain days, and then you have them in the bank to post.
Okay.
So no joke, when I first did this stupid thing and I was doing this 100 videos in 100 days,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
literally had like 10 t-shirts on a rack in my office.
Right.
And I'd have my calendar blocked for 30
Yeah.
minutes, and I had this on the board, so
Yeah.
I knew my topics.
Yeah.
And I would put a shirt on, hey, take it off, next shirt, hey, and did the second one, and then I'd have 5, 6 videos on my phone, and then every day I could just post. And that way, if I woke up sick, if I
Yeah.
had a bunch of meetings,
Yeah.
if I didn't feel like it was already booked, it was already done.
Yeah.
So we're gonna batch content in the beginning.
Okay.
We're going to teach you how to get out there and make content in chunks. And then that's going to allow you to start posting on a regular frequency. So in the beginning, my recommendation is I want you to do 1 recruiting post and 1 consumer-centric post a week. So
Okay.
2 posts a week.
Okay. I could do that.
That's super manageable.
Agreed.
By the way, if you film 6 pieces of content, that's 3 weeks. So
Yeah.
you're going to find yourself pretty ahead of this game. But the reason we're going to start with 2 is just to get the feeling of it down.
I love it.
And if you start killing it and you're like, dude, this is easy, I go to 3. Great, go to 3. If as soon as it starts to become a burden, then that's where you kind of are going to stick in that
Right.
lane and just try to get the habit of it going. And you'll find that if you carve time every week, so right now I'll give you my trick. Mm-hmm. I put out a lot of content. And I do that by filming once a month with my team. Once a month.
Awesome.
And so it's a pretty hectic day. Like it's because it's a lot of cameras and a lot of action.
Yeah. Sure.
But sometimes only 2/3 of a day. We're getting faster.
Uh huh.
But then my entire month is done to post. And that means I'm free now to post organic stuff whenever I
Right,
want. Like
right.
funny stuff or just this happened. I want to share something.
Right.
A lot differently. But this kind of batching and this strategy gets you in front of everybody you need to get in front of.
Okay.
Okay, the last topic we're going to talk about, I'm going to put into your life, is ICE. So you're already perfectly lined up for this. You're already making 50 calls. You're already talking to realtors and customers. Mm-hmm. Every time you call somebody, as soon as you're done calling them, you're going to have up Facebook, you're going to have up LinkedIn, you're going to have up Instagram on your computer. As soon as you're done calling them, you're going to look for them on those platforms and you're going to request a connection to them.
Say that again.
So we're going to open up, when we rebrand you,
Uh huh.
Facebook's going to be opened up, LinkedIn's going to be opened up, Instagram's going to be opened up on a tab.
Okay.
And you're going to call Alec. I'm your past customer,
Yeah.
right? From your phone.
Right. Right.
And then as soon as you're done talking to Alec, you're going to hang up, come over here, you're going to put Alec Hanson into LinkedIn. Oh yeah, there he is, friend request. You're going to put Alec Hanson into Facebook. There he is, link, connect. Alec Hanson into Instagram. Yep, there he is, connect. What's going to happen is you're going to go through your calls like you normally do. Mm-hmm. Then you're going to put your phone down. You're going to look for that person. You're going to find them. You're going to connect. And after a month, 2 months, 3 months, as you do your normal work,
Right.
all of those people will now be in your digital community.
Right. Okay.
They'll all start to come around you. And so this is so you'll have two habits to introduce to your new life. One is when you do your normal calls, you're going to ICE, means identify, connect, and engage.
Yep. Yep.
And then you're going to batch some content. You're going to start putting your voice out there.
Okay.
Does that sound doable?
On camera or off camera?
On camera, baby. You terrified?
I don't want to do it.
Is it because it's work, or because
No.
you're not afraid of hard work?
No, I'm not. I don't want to do Facebook.
Tell me why.
I don't want to be completely on the grid all the time.
Okay, that's fair.
I like to be off the grid.
I like that.
And nothing that I've done so far to this point has caused me any chaos.
Yes.
And it's still, because my biggest thing, like I say earlier in there, I love my family. Like I shut down at a certain point.
Yeah.
I don't want to check Facebook.
Yeah.
I love LinkedIn because it's really a business platform for me. I'll do Instagram, I'll do YouTube.
Okay.
I don't want to do something where this guy's right here, and then we're going to talk about it. You're going to change me. I know it. However, I want to stay off the grid a little bit. Where I want to shut down at a certain point.
So keep
That
this.
makes sense?
100%, dude.
Okay.
So keep this in. Keep this tension and thought in your brain.
Uh-huh.
Okay. You're trying to make something that glows.
Yes.
You come alive.
I'm not opposed to it. I just said.
Hold on. So in order to do that, right? You need reach.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you got to tell people
Yeah.
that you're doing it,
Yeah.
and you got to invite them in.
Yeah.
Where are those people? That's the question. Well, I think they're on LinkedIn. I think so.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think they're on Instagram. I think so.
Yeah.
I think they're in your community.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I love it.
So continue to wrestle with, are they on Facebook?
Yeah, every one of them.
Well, so then you go, okay, then what's my play?
Right.
So this is a very important distinction because we haven't talked about how to make this yet.
Yeah.
We've just said we want to make it.
Yes,
We're going to make
yes,
videos.
yeah.
We haven't talked about how.
Right.
And that's very important. And what you're going to say specifically and
Right.
how you're going to say it specifically. We're going to talk about that. And that's going to change your perspective a little bit. But just remember, what are you trying to accomplish and how do you get there? The more people that get exposure to what you're doing, the more people that you can help, the more people that you can talk to, the more opportunity you're going to get. And then so you play the game as big as you want to play it. That's the only answer.
I love it.
So you just always come back to, well, how big am I playing? And so let's talk about how you're going to say stuff because this is the absolute transition to the next part.
Go ahead.
People misframe social media, and they think of it like the toxic place it can be.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just pick on Facebook.
Okay.
Okay. Are there overshares on Facebook?
Yes.
Yeah. Are there people posting dumb crap
Yes,
on Facebook?
100%.
Are there people that are really annoying
Yes.
on those platforms?
They are.
And our reaction to those people is because of what they're saying.
Yeah.
It's because of what they're saying.
100%.
They're saying stuff that's ignorant, or
Yeah.
they're saying stuff that's
Yeah.
dumb, and so the great part about this is don't say that stuff.
Right. Right.
And so comes down to, okay, well, now that we kind of know what to say and how do we say it is the next question. And this is going to be the quick life plan or life hack on how to say it. Okay?
How to say it.
Yeah. So first, what are you annoyed about the most with people's crap on social and all this stuff? What drives you nuts? And why do you stay away from it?
I stay away from it because negative or positive content,
Sure.
comments,
Yep.
pushback, politics. I can go on.
The list is endless.
I can go on.
So the
And-
good news is you don't have to do any of that stuff. You don't have to stay any of that crap.
Okay.
You can find your lane
Uh-huh.
and you can stay in it
Okay.
because you're the heroic protector.
That's right.
You're trying to make something that can glow.
Yeah.
You have a mission from the Lord. Like you are on fire to do something significant in the world.
Right.
So that's your lane. So just stay in it. So let's give an example. Let's talk about for the recruits.
Uh-huh.
You talked about transparency and support.
Yep.
It means a lot to you. It's important to you.
100%.
So if you were going to make a video about that, how do you think you would say something about it?
Ask me that again.
If you were going to make a video
Yeah.
to talk about transparency and support, and a loan officer is going to watch it,
Yeah.
what do you think you're going to say in that video?
I'm gonna my lane that I'm gonna stay in as far as transparency with the loan officer is, hey, as far as having access to you know, like the top of the house, how they're transparent with us, how this company runs, how this company works.
Yep.
What their mission and their message is.
Okay.
That's my transparency. So again, you're only as good as the top, and the
Yep.
top's only as good at the bottom. And
Yep.
like if everybody's transparent about what our plan is,
Yep.
that's what I'd like to talk about. How transparent our company is with the loan officers. I didn't have that as well with my old company.
See there? Okay, there. So, first thing we do when we think about what we're going to say about any of this stuff is why we're saying it.
Yeah.
And so, for transparency and support, why is that important? Well, there's a lot of different whys, but maybe one of them that starts to matter is it allows somebody to become a better version of themselves
Right.
if
right.
they operate in that.
Right.
Right? So like your why of that content is someone can become better. Someone can improve.
Yep.
And then people say you need to start with a hook, but I like to say start with the answer or start with the solution
Yep.
that you're providing right away
Absolutely.
before the video starts. So, and you said something great, which was you in a previous environment you didn't have it.
Correct.
And because you didn't have it, what happened in that previous environment?
Well, I'm here.
Yeah. And
I left.
and the environment what? Stifled? Sucked the energy out?
It did. Yeah.
What did it do that was negative?
You know, the fact that you didn't know what the end game was, what the plan was,
Yep.
what their success was going to look like, and you know, it just turned into just more chaos and more chaos, and
Yep.
to the point where it was the best place at one point turned out to be the worst place at the end because you just couldn't get the right answer out of somebody.
So, let's role play this transparency and support. The hook answer, the solution, the quick punch right in the beginning would be a lack of transparency kills careers.
I love it. I love it.
You see how it just
Yeah, I love it.
because you felt that you've
Yeah.
lived that. A lack of transparency kills careers or kills growth or whatever really feels like naturally comes out of your heart there, right?
Yep. Agreed.
So the why you're doing this video is you want someone's life to be better.
Yep.
That's your heart. That's your foundation.
Agreed.
You're going to talk about transparency and support, and you go, the lack of transparency and support can kill your career or can kill your success. However you want to say it. Now you've got me. Now I'm going to listen, Phil. Because you're coming from a place to support me.
Right.
You told me something that I know is true.
Right.
Maybe I'm feeling it at my current job, and now you can transition into a story, or you can transition into the rest of the video, which is, I lived this in a previous part of my career. And
Right.
I thought I joined a place that was thriving, and it ended up being kind of cancerous. And
Right.
I had to leave. And I've dedicated myself as a leader now to make sure that things are transparent and to make sure you always have support, because I didn't have that there, and it didn't help me in my career path, and I'm committed to doing it for others.
Okay.
That's your
Love
video.
it. I love it.
So when you sit on your why, what's my why? To help somebody get better.
Yep.
What's my problem? Winning. Lack of transparency or support. I want to win. I need leads. If you're a customer, I don't have enough down payment.
Yep.
What's my problem? You can hit them right with the solution, answer, or victory. So let's use down payment. It's an easy one to kind of play with. And once you kind of get this strategy, it'll start making sense on how you'll do all of them. What's the problem with down payment that people face?
Not having any
They don't have
money.
enough.
Right. Not
Right?
having any money. Exactly.
So your why, again, is to help somebody.
Right.
The answer, the hook, the solution is what? Think about it.
Figure out programs that actually fit that mold.
Yeah. So the first sentence you're going to say to somebody right now
Right.
who doesn't have enough money is what?
You don't need a ton of money or any to get into a home.
Perfect.
We have zero down program.
I'm in. You got me
Okay.
already.
Right.
Because you identified the problem.
Right.
I don't have enough money. And you hit me right with the answer.
Right.
You don't need a lot of money.
Right. Right.
Stop
I love
believing
it.
the lies. You don't need a lot of money to buy a house. And then you can talk. Now you can pull back, and you can say, "Let's talk about it."
Right.
I'm sick of hearing that you need 20% down to buy a house. It's been going on for 100 years. It's not true. It's not 100. It's not 100. Don't put. It's not 100. It's not true. So let's pick another topic. Pick one.
Let's talk about realtors. How do I pick a realtor?
Great one. What's the problem that people have with picking a realtor?
Well, the realtor is they
There's
have.
many problems, by the way, right? No, I'm serious.
There
'Cause
are.
So you can do many videos.
Yeah.
So like, what's a problem people have when picking a realtor?
They know somebody. They
Yeah.
have a friend. Their mother's in the business.
Yeah. But the problem is
They don't know the
you can
area.
pick a bad realtor.
Yeah, absolutely. They
Right.
don't know the area. Bad realtor.
So what would be a answer, solution, or hook for picking a bad realtor?
Let me introduce you to somebody in your area.
No, what's the problem?
The problem is that they're a bad realtor.
And what does that do if you pick a bad realtor?
You're gonna be able to get into a home.
Picking the wrong realtor, if you pick the wrong realtor, you could lose the home of your dreams.
Even better. You hit on the head. That's powerful.
So now
Bad
someone's
realtor
like,
equals.
what's a bad realtor? So pick another one. Let's do it again. Let's get comfortable in this space.
Let's go with appraisals.
Ooh, yeah. So what is one problem an appraisal does?
Comes in low.
So here's a problem tied with a solution. If you have an appraisal come in low, we can still help you close on your dream house.
Beautiful. You got my attention.
Problem and solution.
Yeah.
Right? Don't let a low appraisal kill your dreams.
Exactly.
So pick another one. Let's see if you can come up with some of these now.
Cosigner.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah.
Cosigner. So cosigner.
So what solution does a cosigner provide?
It gets me to afford more house or buy the house
Or
of
buy
my
the
dreams.
Yeah. So
You know,
what's a punchy answer, solution, or something that like what solution does a cosigner provide? Get you to home.
Ability to get into more home or get into a house.
So what would be the punchy hook or solution or answer here?
The get into a home. I mean, it's simple, right?
Yeah, but you got to introduce cosigner. Let me give you an easy one
stumped.
and a clever one.
Go.
Easy one. A cosigner can help you get the home of your dreams.
Right.
Okay. Can they? What does that mean? I don't even know what a cosigner means. Or your cosigner could be your superhero
Okay.
That's
the solution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, when you look at any of these, and we'll play with them more, you want to tell the person who's going to get the information, the answer or the solution right in the beginning, so that they're not waiting for it for the entire thing.
And that's how you catch people's attention on most social media.
What you're doing is you're actually being polite on social, which is you're telling somebody what you're going to talk about
Right.
before you talk about it. So you're not tricking them. They know right away. Do I want to listen to this shit or not? Because if you don't tell them right away what you're talking about, they're like, what the hell are we doing here? They're going to scroll by you anyway.
Okay.
But if you tell them right away that, let's use renovation loans. That's, you can tear down a house and build it with no loan limits. You have a construction loan built just for you, funded by the VA. They know exactly what the hell you're talking about.
Right.
They're like, oh, I'm going to listen to this. If they're not even a vet, they'd be like, I'm not listening to this, because you told them right away what the topic is.
Right.
So the reason I walked you through this whole process of we have to understand our why and stand on it.
Yep.
We give them the answer right away,
Okay.
and then we can go into a story or tell the solution.
So you're looking at why.
Yes.
You're looking at your
Answer, hook,
Answer.
solution.
and then you want to give them the
Story or the details, the facts.
all right.
This is how you do a couple things. If you stay grounded on your why,
Uh-huh.
you won't get annoying. A lot of people on social we're annoyed with because they're not really there to help anybody else. They're there to help themselves, and you can see it.
How do you avoid how do you avoid being annoying?
Yeah.
I love your videos.
Well,
I think you put out the right content, you put out the right look. So
I annoy the crap out of people. They just block and mute me.
you know.
Okay, so here's the deal. We go back.
Okay.
We go back every time. What are you building? What are you doing?
I'm building a brand. I'm building something shiny. I want something that glows.
You are creating. It's like, do you care what the haters think?
No,
No.
I don't.
And so, do you want to help more people?
Yes.
Do you want to help more loan officers?
Yes.
If somebody thinks you're doing it the wrong way, do you give a shit?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Yeah.
That's the why that you stand on every time you turn the camera on.
Okay.
Screw the haters.
Right.
I'm doing this for my tribe, for your people, for the people that want to get better, the people that want to come to a better culture. Screw everybody else.
Okay.
So when you sit on that, if somebody thinks you're annoying, they're not part of your tribe.
Right.
They never will be. They're just, and because they need to go their own way.
So can I ask you a question? When you're doing, so say we have all these platforms. We have LinkedIn, we have
Yeah.
Facebook, we have Instagram, we have here.
Sure.
I'm comfortable in my LinkedIn for the minute.
Yeah.
And I start posting 2 videos a week on LinkedIn.
Yep.
I get more comfortable and I take this. I said, let me give Instagram a shot.
Yep.
Hey, I feel comfortable with Instagram and LinkedIn. Let's add Facebook in there.
Sure.
I think I'd want to practice in a lane that doesn't have the humongous audience.
Well, let's talk about audience.
Go.
If you turned on Facebook today and posted, who's going to see it?
I don't think anybody, right?
Nobody.
Right.
Because you're not connected to anybody.
Right.
So there's no one that's going to see it. So there's no boogeyman of a giant audience. There's no
Yeah.
one connected to you.
Right.
So what I talked about, hey, Phil, when you're making phone calls, right? I want you to find these people on these platforms and connect in.
Yeah.
Because I want you to build your digital community. Right now you don't have one.
Correct.
You just have some on LinkedIn, but the other platforms have nobody.
Right.
So let's imagine on Facebook for a second that the only people you connected with on Facebook were your past clients.
Right.
That's it. Then your audience is just your past clients.
Right.
And if you make a video about how they could buy a second home or investment, it's
only them.
It's only them.
Understood.
So we got to kind of understand it so that we can remove our biases and our opinions that may not be true.
Right.
And then we can attack it. So
All right.
no one's in those communities until you build one.
That makes sense.
And you could go to Facebook
that makes
and
sense.
just
That
find
makes
only
sense.
realtors.
Yeah, that
Just
makes
only the
sense.
realtors here. And then when you post stuff, it's only them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But my point is, continue to go back to what am I building? How fast do I want to build it? Maybe you want to go slow. That's okay.
Okay.
You can go to one platform and just kind of put your toe in. Maybe you're like, life's short, man. I want to retire in this many time. I'm not going to fuck around. I'm going in.
Right.
Like, I want to attract my tribe as fast as possible. Okay. Then let's go. Let's go find them. Let's go build it. Let's go connect to them. Let's make content every day. Put it out. Bring them in.
All right.
How many face-to-faces do you think it's going to take? It's
Not even close.
It's different for every person.
Not even close.
So back to your content strategy, two videos a week is going to start building some relationship.
Yep.
4 videos a week, posting every day, it's going to go faster. Next time you call that recruit and they've seen your videos, I mean, just walk through this with me. Just walk through this mentally. Like, I'm recruiting you, okay?
Yes.
I'm recruiting you. I want you to come work for me. And so I call you. I'm like, Phil. And you're like, who are you? I'm Alec, Loan Depot, the best. You need to come work here.
Yeah.
You're like, Alec, you can pound sand. You know, I'm loyal where I'm at. I love my people. Get out of here, right? I'm
Right.
like, good talking to you, Phil. Call you later. And I call you again. And I call you again. I'm going to eventually, you're going to know me.
Right.
And you're going to decide if I'm a clown, if you like me, if you think that I'm resilient, whatever you're going to decide, okay? Now imagine I call you, and we have a little fun interaction, and we hang up, and then you see me post about something on the internet. And the first couple times you see me, you just kind of scroll by. But then you're like, dude, every time you see me, I'm smiling.
Right. Right.
Every time you see me on the internet, I got good energy. Every time you see me, I'm bringing solutions, and I'm uplifting, and I look like I'm having fun. And then all of a sudden, maybe you watch some of my stuff. Maybe you watch this video. You're like, what the hell is he doing?
Right.
Like, this guy, I see him every time. And then you watch, and then you hear me talk about winning. And you realize that you care about the same thing. And then you hear me talk about transparency. And you're like, I believe the same thing. In fact, I have a non-transparent boss right now, and it sucks. And then you hear me talk about tech, and I geek out on tech, and you geek out on tech. And you're like, dude, this guy gets it.
Right.
Now I call you. Phil, it's Alec again. It's been a month. How you doing? You know what, Alec? I'm doing good. You're like, maybe you saw I posted a video on my favorite bourbon. And you're like, I like bourbon. And then you go, hey, Alec, I saw that bourbon video. You go, do you like bourbon? Let's go get a bourbon. And next thing you know, we're out having a drink. This
I see.
This is
I see
it.
where- yeah. I see it.
So again, it just comes back to what do you want? How fast do you want it?
Go back to ice.
Go back to what do you want to build and how fast do you want to build it? And then how loud do you want to be about that? Because when you were talking in the very beginning of the day, and you were like, this is who I am, this is what I believe,
Yeah.
this is what I want to build, this is what my wife thinks about me, my kids think about me, I'm a pillar, I'm a builder, I'm a bear, I'm a leader. You get to go show everybody that. And the other benefit about all this, because as a leader, you can pull everyone behind you. You can say, look guys, I'm going to put out a video twice a week. If I can do it. And I'm going to show you the script. And I'm going to batch content on Wednesdays. Wednesdays from 1 to 2, I'm going to film.
Okay.
I want you to film with me. And you just pull them right behind you. Because you want them to have the same level of success you want.
Right.
You want them to
You're
build
right, you wanna
more
grow.
influence and
Absolutely.
keep growing. And the fastest way to build a team is if your team's successful.
Yeah.
As you know, because your team is successful.
Right.
If they're kicking it and they're crushing it and they're out there having fun, everyone wins.
I love it.
And you put that down in the very beginning. I want everyone to win. So, we're going to try to do 2 videos a week.
Okay.
And we'll just mess with LinkedIn. But I do want you to ice, with you call these past customers, I want you to see if they're on those platforms.
Okay.
You can decide whether to connect with them, but I want you to see.
I'm not opposed. I'm in. I'm ready to run through a wall.
But here's the only thing I want you to learn.
Yeah.
I don't know anything. Okay, I'm just figuring this out with everybody else. So
You're
here's
right.
what I mean. Let's say you call 50 people, and you got LinkedIn up, you got Facebook up, Instagram up, and none of them are on Facebook. Then don't go on Facebook. They're not there. Right. But Alex said to post on Facebook. No one's there. Don't
Right.
go there.
Right.
But if you see that they're all on Facebook,
Right.
maybe you'll go, I kind of was wrong about this. I guess I should be here because they're all there. So
Okay.
like you'll learn.
I'm open to it. I'm
Yeah.
with you.
And then the last piece, and then we're going to actually make content.
Okay.
The last piece is be who you want to be on these platforms. Don't be who someone tells you to be. I'm telling you who to be. But even now, if you're like, I would do this differently, then I want you to do it differently. Because you finding your own authentic voice of how Phil does stuff is all that matters.
Okay.
Your own voice coming out of the mic is what matters, not some script Alec wrote.
Right.
So if you don't like how I've kind of framed some of these things, or if you would say it differently, then I want you to just be like, this is how Phil says it.
Okay.
Because I can see you at events like Phil, you are one of a kind. I can tell you're so do all this as if it's you.
I agreed.
Ready to go?
Yeah, let's go.
Ready to
I'm
put the
ready.
camera on?
Let's go. I'm in.
Let's go.
To build a bigger business.
To build it. Yes.
Again, how do we want to do it?
Stop settling for crappy mortgage debt.
Stop settling for crappy mortgage tech.
Make sure to ask the right questions.
You need to ask the right questions.
Hey, listen, come here. This is important. We have like sexy stuff happening, meaning big cameras, big lights, all this fun stuff. And you saw Phil really going for it on the right screen and all that stuff. But the power of this thing cannot be underestimated. You don't need fancy gear and fancy equipment to make an impact. You can start right here on your phone. Don't make excuses. Lean into the technology around you and produce content. I say this 1,000 times, so just listen and hear me. It's not the one piece of content that works. You could spend $100,000 on 100,000 cameras and film the best video of your life and watch somebody scroll right by it. Using this and getting frequency up, using this and getting reps in, using this and eliminating the excuses, using this and eliminating excuses is the best path forward. All right? Don't get stuck thinking you need great stuff. Use this and kick some butt. Like, we're not going to go viral. There is no haters. Like, every step makes you better.
Right.
And then soon you'll be riffing and you'll just be like, you grab the camera and you'll rock. So, look.
I'm ready.
Okay. It's been a day, bro.
It's been a day.
It's been a day. Look at this. We spent the morning. I'll get there. I'll get there. Just relax. Okay? I'm tired too. This is my favorite page, this one. The heroic protector. I like that about you. And whether that evolves, which it could, and you can keep changing and finding the place you get, but your heart is for your people. You wrote down, build a legacy, win together, make the world better, build and create something that glows. And so my challenge in this whole thing for you is who's going to see it? Because if you just keep doing what you're doing, you'll keep killing it because you're doing great. You're getting great results. It's not like you're under a rock.
Right. I'm not under a rock.
But where it can go is just up to you. And if you decide to lean into this new world and start putting out content and start sharing your vision and start sharing your heart and start sharing your stories, what's going to happen is you're just going to attract the tribe faster. Customers that vibe with you, people that work here and are like, I need part of this. We've all had bad jobs in our lives, and we've had good jobs. The team here has been electric all day. They love you. And so they're looking for you to continue to lead them. And they need someone with the strength to be vulnerable, to put themselves into positions of vulnerability like you did today.
Yeah.
And they need to see it, and they need to watch it, and they need to watch you struggle through getting a sentence out, because then they'll have the freedom to do it themselves.
Right. I agree.
So here's the next steps. We're gonna redo all your stuff. We're gonna take the headshots we did, we're gonna take the videos we did, we're gonna update all your banners, we're gonna update all your bios, we're gonna clean up all your social pages, we're gonna create new ones for you where you don't have them, get them all beautiful.
I love it.
We're gonna give you back the videos you got, so now you have content to start dripping out. And then on the planning side, I'm really gonna encourage you to ice and find where these people are that you're calling, and just have it up on your computer and just be looking and be like, oh yeah, they're on LinkedIn, I never connected to them. Oh yeah, they're on Instagram, I never connected to them. And start building that audience, that connection, that digital community. Because then as you start to speak, as you start to make a video here or there, they're gonna see it.
Right.
They're gonna connect to it. And your tribe's gonna grow. And your business is gonna grow. And then your loan officers are gonna copy you. And they're gonna emulate you as the leader. And so right now, I think the goal is 2 videos a week.
Okay.
One on the people you want to bring in, and one of the customers you're serving.
Okay.
And then I think you're going to be ready for more really fast.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
This is exciting. I mean, this is eye-opening. Like you just said, you gave me 70 videos here.
Yeah.
I want to go with it.
You're going to make it happen.
I'm ready.
All right. So as kind of a debrief, kind of get done, what's your biggest takeaways from today?
Oh, God. There's a lot.
Is it time to have a drink yet?
This is a lot. Like it's, the biggest takeaway is what and how you bring to the table. This is amazing because I didn't know this world. And if you're going to add this to the game that's already successful, you're going to blow this up on me.
Yeah.
And I'm excited about being part of this whole story.
Good.
Biggest takeaway, though, I mean, wow. Where do I start? This is impressive, and there's a lot of good stuff that goes into this. I'm you get the wow factor in me right now.
Well, dude,
I'm pumped.
I can't wait for people to see you and have your exposure and reach grow, because you're building something incredibly special. So let's just take it to the next level.
I'm ready.
All right, buddy.
Thank you.
Thank you, dude.
Looks like it's time to rise and get in the game. Gonna change some branding.